Hello and welcome back to my studio. My goodness, does it feel ever so good to say those words again. I am so happy to be back. I'm happy to be back in this space, and I'm happy to be back sitting with you guys, inviting you to join me in my studio. But I hear you ask, what studio? What's happened to this channel name? What's going on? What happened to Teacup Girl? Your last video is saying goodbye to my art business because it failed. Yes, well, it did. But the wonderful thing is that I finally figured out what the next steps are going to look like, and it's going to be an art practice that grows from the legacy of Teacup Girl. I am not leaving Teacup Girl behind. It is a huge part of my life, and I spent so many years, so much blood, sweat, literal blood, sweat and tears poured into this art, into my business. And while it hasn't lasted in the format that it was in, we can move forward into something new. And I'm really happy to be able to take that step and allow something different to grow. So, as a result of that growth, we are looking at a new studio name, Lumière. It stands for a couple of things. V stands for my surname, Via. I wanted this to have my name on it. I wanted it to be personal to me and my art because it's going to be an artist-driven studio. So that was really important that we did that. And then next, Lumière. Lumière is a French word meaning light. And for me, light has been the biggest obsession with my artwork for the entirety of my practice. I have been obsessed with light since I can remember. I think it was the stained glass windows in the European churches when I was overseas that kind of started the obsession, but it has been a huge part of everything that I get excited for and strive to find and capture in my art practice. So that really is like the core of what Lumière means to me. There's more to say about it, and I could honestly go on and on about it, but I'm not going to because I'll probably bore you all to tears. But that is how we arrived at this name. So, Lumière, the new studio name. Now we need a new studio space to fit it because honestly, this one feels a little cramped, a little cluttered, and definitely structured for a business practice that doesn't exist anymore. So we set up Teacup Girl and we did a lot of work to kind of optimize and try and make it a business and art studio. But it was made for multiple people working in the same space. It was made to try and be efficient and have all this different things going on. And it just feels like it's too much. I can't really breathe here anymore. So I think in order to really be able to allow the Lumière to unfold, I really have to reset this space, and that's what this video is going to be about. So I hope you hang in there. I hope you stick with me. It's going to be a bit of a journey. Grab a cup of tea, grab a snacky snack. If you're in Australia like I am and it is boiling hot right now, I am sweltering, grab yourself a cold little beverage and enjoy. And let's just get into it. Let's start making this a space where creativity can bloom.
All your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave. There's a heat wave rolling in. There's a heat wave, yeah. There's a party It's another chance. Pretty people holding hands, uplifted by the night, the way that it should be. Can let it slip away, 'cause this might be our final.
Okay, big change. Finally ready.
Alright, so you're going to grab that in. We're doing a 180.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
and
One.
Yay!
With an
It's going
80.
to be the cheer
Let
section.
me check.
Yeah, there's a party in the streets and the city's on fire. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire.
I know that it's 180 down. It's like 190 degrees down. I've done some math.
Now, the only thing
There's a heat wave rolling. There's a heat wave rolling in.
So, hello. We are back to chat after my very optimistic intro, which was so hopeful that this would be that wonderful aesthetic, cozy studio reset, and it's gone terribly, completely wrong. This project has blown so quickly out of control. It's nowhere near what I was expecting it to end up like, and there are a couple of reasons for that. So, the first reason is that this project actually affects so much more of my entire household than I was initially anticipating. I was thinking, chuck a few pieces of furniture up on Facebook Marketplace, rearrange some stuff, we're all G. No, we are not all G, because I need to rearrange the garage to fit the extra stuff that does not belong in my studio anymore or will not belong in my studio anymore back out there. I need to declutter the garage so I can rearrange it and free up some shelving. Okay, so we did that, as you can see in the first bits of footage. After one entire trailer load of stuff just to get rid of, not even to mention the things that we actually decided to sell, the garage is half done. And I managed to kind of free up one set of shelves to help me reorganize this space, but oh my goodness, like they're already full pretty much. So it's a bit of a pickle because it is just taking a lot more resorting and reorganizing than I had anticipated at the beginning, because we're looking at resorting my husband's office. We're looking at reorganizing the garage. We're looking at reorganizing this space. And it's just a lot. The school holidays are literally a week and we're done. We're back into school term. And that's going to be crazy. I, first of all, don't like having projects hanging over my head when I'm starting a new year. Like, I want it done because I just can't go on. Like, it's that context switching, from going from, I'm organizing and reordering my studio into, okay, we're teaching school, we're teaching a co-op, we're doing all the household stuff, all the kids' activities have started up again. And I'm like, my little brain just cannot keep that much running all at once. We're low on data, we're low on memory and RAM and all that good stuff that makes it work. So I'm like, how am I going to finish up this project just enough to make this space workable, livable, so that I can continue to maybe do some small tidies in here, maybe do small amounts of rearranging. But if I've got the bulk of it done, hopefully I can then use this space and actually utilize it for making some art this year. But yeah, it's what we call a workable solution, not a perfect one. And that's kind of just where we're aiming right now. I figure that somewhat done is better than perfectly done, because I have spent a lot of years waiting for perfection, waiting for the perfect solution, waiting for the perfect schedule, the perfect arrangement, the perfect tools, the perfect setup, the perfect whatever. And my experience has told me that life just doesn't have room for that kind of perfection. You either make small steps towards getting it to that perfect state that you want it to be, or you don't move forward at all. And I am not about to just sit on my butt and not move forward this year. It's not happening. We're going to keep moving forward. So, what are we going to do to make the best of it? Good question. I am kind of midway. We did make some pretty good progress, as you should have seen in that footage before. We moved some bits, we moved some desks, we moved some shelves we didn't need. I have a bunch of stuff that needs to be rehomed, but I have a good plan moving forward. So how about I just give you the brief rundown of what we are at and where I'm hoping to end up at in the end of the video. So compared to the last time we saw this view, everything is looking a lot more open and spacious, which I absolutely love. It's pretty crazy that getting rid of one desk and one set of shelves has made such a huge difference to the space, but I guess it really did have a pretty big footprint. So we've got this desk here, which is the working desk that is covered in stuff. But my main plans for this space is to have this Calyx have another unit on top of that. We can fit a 3-stack unit on top of this Calyx here and have it go up higher. The secondary plan, which is pretty huge, it's going to involve a lot of work and shifting, is to get these tall shelves that go from the ceiling to the floor back over here instead of these short ones. That's going to actually be a lot of work because there's, as you can see, a lot of stuff on this shelf. It's kind of hard to categorize it and sort of it because it's just very much higgledy-piggledy at the moment. There's a lot of empty containers though, and a lot of half-finished work. I think the half-finished work is what's giving me the most headache because I really don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but it feels really silly to throw it out when some of it is already cut and painted and ready to go. So would I ever use this again? I don't know. But at the same time, like, why am I throwing out perfectly good earrings that just need one tiny little bit to be finished? It's a good question. I'm not sure what to do with it. And then, yeah, we just have a bunch of stuff that I somehow need to sort out. So we need to swap these shelves over. And once we do, I feel like the storage solution in here is going to be so much better. And the whole space is going to feel so much better because I really, really want this unit out of our front entranceway. It feels very cluttered to walk in and have this unit here, like, so the guard, this is our entrance. You're walking in and this is kind of what you see. Now in here, not a lot has changed. Okay, obviously I need to sort this out because that's ugly, but that's just a matter of cleaning up. I'm going to get all this extra sewing stuff out of here though, because that needs to go. And I think I probably want to tidy up some of these knickknacks and stuff. I'm still a huge fan of things like the little teacups and stuff, so that might stay. But I would love some more space for books, so we might have to shift some of that. And then I moved all my brooches off this bookcase. It's looking very sad and very much a mess at the moment. Some of the knickknacks from other places in my studio have migrated to here, but this is not how I want this storage to be used, so I need to think about utilizing these shelving space better. I do love what we've done for my daughter's keyboard. She needs a space to play music that's kind of away from everyone else, where she can just go and sit quietly and really lose herself in the music. So we set this up for her. It works really well in this corner, so that's really nice. I did decide to keep my window desk because I love the lighting on it, and I'm probably going to set it up as a separate painting station or something like that. I have plans for this in the future, big plans. And then the rest of this is just going to stay as it is, but obviously, hopefully, tidied up because it's still a mess. So yeah, there's definitely still work to be done in here, but I'm really hopeful and excited about this space now. It feels so much bigger and more open, and it feels like I have room to play and do new things and try new things. I have some big plans that I'm really excited to share with you guys, not only for the direction of Lumière, but also the direction of what I'll be sharing on this channel, because I think there's some exciting stuff in the works, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So let's keep going with this. Let's try and get this to a point where we can at least say we're done for now and we can move forward to that fun stuff. So wish me luck, guys, because I don't know how this video ends yet. Oh, okay, let's go.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies. but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down.
After quite some time, it finally feels like we're getting somewhere. So progress is being made, and I am very, very excited about that. And I'll give you a quick brief rundown. We have installed a new shelving unit over here, which is going to be the base for this shelving unit right here. So we're going to stack up and have double units like planned, which is going to give me a ton of space to organize all this excess stuff into. I think we've made some really good progress, and I think we're getting somewhere, even though it's total and utter chaos right now.
But something knocked you out. You felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now, and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too.
That's not going anywhere.
Perfect.
You can make it too. If not says you can make it. Somewhere along the way, somehow we ended up at a crossroad and we got lost.
It's been chaos trying to sort all these things out, try to collect up all my brooches and gathering them up from every part of the studio. And honestly, this is the part where I found something in the midst of all the chaos, and it was quite frankly just pure grief. I think in this process of packing up all the pieces that I had made over the years with Teacup Girl, revisiting collections, revisiting memories of why I created things the way I created them and who I created them with, it just really hit me looking at this body of work, how far I'd come and how much I'd done, and how sad I was that it wasn't what it was anymore. There were so many pieces that I remember the thrill of designing them and how excited I would get to show them to everyone, because I just wanted them to see what I was making, to see all the cool little design ideas I'd added into them, like this owl that glows in the dark, and other pieces where I had fun trying to figure out a new way of making this material do something different and unexpected. It was crazy to me to see how far my design had come as well. I really grew a lot in these years at Teacup Girl, creating all these different pieces, trying to find new style, new inspiration. The process of making helped me get better at designing, learn new tricks and tips and techniques, and I just really, really appreciated that time. And reflecting back on it, I was sad that it was moving on, that it really feels like it's not just a chapter of my life that's closing, but a whole book. Because I know I can't go back. I can't go back to being the designer at Teacup Girl, the artist and small business owner like I was. I know that whatever unfolds with V Lumière, it's going to be something different. It's still going to be art, it's still going to be me and my style, but it's not going to be the same anymore. And when I was done with all the chaos and my studio was feeling cleaner, it felt like a breath of release. I guess I was letting go of all the things that Teacup Girl was and stepping forward into the new space. But that time, really, that was a long afternoon, packing up all my pieces and really feeling the weight of what I was doing, because I was saying goodbye to something that was so important to me for so many years. And I'm going to miss it.
Can't wait to find a frame and frame this piece of art that I made back in, 2017. I really love it and I want to hang it on my wall.
Cute, but I've decided to pass it on to somebody who might love it a bit more than I. Same with these canisters. The red really doesn't fit the studio vibe anymore. Even though they're vintage and cute and I love them, they're still gotta go. Teacup Girl Sketchbook. I am still putting this into good use because I haven't finished it. I love so many of the ideas still in this that I never even got to touch. So this is going to house the Lumière work moving forward. And I just have a touch of that nostalgia Teacup Girl stuff all over it, which I kind of love. That's for her over there. The dust is cleared. And you know what? I'm ready to make some art. Finally ready to make some art. So let's go do that.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Dang girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough?
Hey, darling.
If only I could build a tower, pierce right through the clouds. Saxophones at every hour. Who hasn't heard of me now? Then will I have had enough of trying to keep myself real tough? Will I ever settle down, steady even when it gets loud? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough?
Yeah.
If only I could find a way
Different type, but
to put an angel on your shoulder, tell you true things